What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes and dudettes? Welcome back to your. Should I call it? Should I still call it potentially? But let's just welcome back to your potentially favorite Nigerian podcast. Bear with me. With me, of course, your host General Prime. I hope everybody had a good week. In fact, we are now in the second half of the year. Like we're now 7 months in. Is it 7 months or 6 months, bro? Sorry. I mean, yeah, we are obviously 7 months in. We are now in the beginning of the second half of the year, and there is still time to there is still time to win this year. Like there is still time to enough moves to so that at the end of the year, if you look back in retrospect, you'd have accomplished. As in, there's still time to accomplish a lot of goals. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Like there's still time to do things that will make you happy, because obviously happiness, like when I ask people like what makes you happy, like they always give these glib generic responses, like I want to have money, I want to lose weight, no, they don't necessarily say that they want to lose weight. Like most people say they want to have money, most people say they want to be free, most people just give this and that kind of excuses. But I've come to learn that happiness actually is not something that is not like the last part of something, as in it's not like the end game of something, or shall I say the end game of human. I don't know the right words to use right now, but I know I'm going to be beating myself tomorrow when I'm listening back to this and then I remember the words that I'm trying to use. But we as in we mistake happiness, like the true meaning of happiness, for a lot of other things. Do you understand? Mostly, should I say infatuation? Is that the right word to use? I don't know. But where am I going with this? Happiness is in the achievement of difficult tasks. That to me, that's what I've come to learn. That's where true happiness lies, where true happiness can be achieved, where true happiness can be harvested. You understand? Happiness is this. Yeah, I think I've captured the idea that I'm trying to, like, the picture that I'm trying to paint. Happiness is this fleeting idea where that is very difficult to catch, and so people, and it's very like I said before, it's very fleeting. Do you understand? It's very difficult to catch, and so people catch a lot of things and mistake it for happiness. You understand? Some people can, like, amass themselves with a lot of wealth and then consider that happiness. You understand? People can amass themselves with a lot of influence and then consider that happiness. People can amass themselves with the generic things, the flashy things, the things that other people who also don't understand what happiness is will see and want and desire and think that that is actually what happiness is. But at the end of the day, you see all these people that are so wealthy. You see all these people that they seem to, like, have it all, but they are still, as in, they're still very miserable. They're still so miserable that do you know that sometimes I always have this. I think that there are celebrities, like very A-list celebrities. You understand that open, as in, I think I've heard this. I don't know where I heard this or where I read it from. Like there are celebrities that, like very high profile A-list celebrities, that open fake Instagram accounts, not necessarily fake Instagram accounts, just Instagram accounts where they can just be normal. Like they don't post their pictures there. As in, they don't even use their real names. They just, like, open accounts where they can just be able to, like, say things that they want to say, where they can just be able to express themselves. Not only Instagram, like Twitter, Facebook, on social and YouTube, like all these social media platforms, right? And also there are celebrities that will do everything in their power, right, to be able to just to live a normal life. Like there's this episode of Dave. Like I don't know if anybody watches Dave on FX. I think it's the second to the last episode of the last season that just ended, where Brad Pitt was featured, and he was talking about how how Dave was lucky that he gets to go to the groceries. Like, you get to live your everyday life. You get to like live, just be a normal person. Just be, as in, you don't bring attention to yourself. You're just, you just blend in effortlessly. But most people that are celebrities, that are high profile people, they don't get to enjoy that aspect of life, because fame, like everything, has consequences, right? Fame also has consequences where you cannot be able to say it in, like, I often wonder why every celebrity is just a liberal. Like, every celebrity just happened to be a liberal that support transgender fucking ideologies, that support homosexuality, that support cross transgender people dancing in front of school children, that support abortion, that support a lot of liberal ideas. Like, why do most A-list celebrities just coincidentally happen to share all the same ideas? Like, why is it that none of them can be able to think for themselves? And why is it that the few that actually do tend to be, ridiculed, and tend to be ostracized, and just as in shunned and blacklisted and all of that stuff? So, happiness, or should I say freedom, in should I say freedom, but happiness and freedom, they are kind of basically the same thing. It's something that you have to, as in, it's something that gets achieved when hard tasks are done. You understand? Like, for example, now, let's say you are let's say you have shortcomings in some aspect of life, maybe on your health. Maybe you're this kind of person that spends um frivolously, you're not good with money, or maybe you have a very difficult time um paying attention to things. Like, maybe you cannot read it, you cannot settle down enough to read a book for a certain amount, for a certain amount of time. Do you understand? And then you decide that, okay, you you I don't know, you summon up all the courage on earth, or all the courage that you have in you, that you can muster. You summon all of them up, and then you discipline yourself, and you tell yourself um that you're going to change the situation that you're currently in. Maybe you're having you're obese, you're fat, and you say that, okay, you want to, like, you want to start working out, you want to start exercising, so that you can be able to, like, lose weight, and know what your body, know what the most ideal form of yourself can look like. You understand? And just also to be healthy. And then you start that, right? And throughout, and sometimes there are shortcomings where you fail. Sometimes there are shortcomings where, sometimes there are times when you don't feel like getting out of bed to, like, exercise that day. But at the end of the day, when you fall down, you still get back up, and you struggle, and you try your best, and you achieve that goal, and you see that you start losing weight, and you see that you start getting muscles, and you see that you're getting lighter, you can be able to move faster, you can be able to do, maybe before you could do like 10 push-ups, then you get to a point where you're able to find yourself doing 15 push-ups, and then again you get to a point where you find yourself being able to do like 30 push-ups, even like incline kind of push-ups, or decline kind of push-ups, or just different kind of push-ups. Do you understand? And you start seeing the works that you'll be putting in gradually start, they start showing up. Or you're this kind of person that you decide that, okay, from this point in time to this point in time, I'm going to try to save this amount of money, so that I can be able to achieve something in the future. And but then you're the kind of person that maybe you order food a lot, like you order food a lot, or you buy a lot of weed. Maybe if you're in a place where weed is very expensive, you buy a lot of weed, or you buy a lot of alcohol, or you just buy things that you actually don't need. You only buy things that you're an impulsive spender. And then you decide that you discipline yourself enough, and you decide that you're going to save this amount of money maybe every week, or every 2 weeks, or every month, or something like that. And then you start doing it small, doing it small, and then you look back, and you start seeing that the money that you've been saving is actually rising, is actually like accumulating. You understand? Or you're this kind of person that you don't read a lot of books or something like that, and then you decide that, okay, this month I'm going to try to read at least one book. And you're doing it like every day, you read like one chapter. You try to read one chapter of a book every single day. Let's say a book has 30 chapters, or let's say a book has like 20 chapters. You see that by the end of the month you would have completed, if you dedicate yourself, if you discipline yourself to like read at least one chapter of a book every day, so that by the end of the month you would have completed one book. Like, I don't know, there are not a lot of books that have 30 chapters. You understand? There are not a lot of books that have 30 chapters. So, but if you dedicate yourself and you discipline yourself and you like, force yourself to like read one book, one chapter every day, at the end of the month you see that you would have completed one book. And if you multiply that by the rest of the year, you see that you would have read 12 books in 1 year. You understand? So when you have completed all these seemingly impossible tasks, and then you look back at where you are and compare it to where you were before, this will bring you actual, undiluted, genuine happiness. You understand? This will bring you like joy. This will bring you undescribable, unspeakable joy, as in joy that you cannot even like express. You understand? Because nobody else would understand that kind of feeling unless they put themselves in your shoes. You understand? Nobody else will understand that kind of feeling unless they embark on that same journey with you. So this is exactly what happiness is. So there's this movie I saw once. I don't know if anybody can remember this movie. It's a very old movie. I think I watched it in that was in like 2008, 2009. The name of the movie is Three Idiots. It's an Indian movie, and it's about like three friends that were, I don't know, I cannot remember the synopsis of the movie clearly, but if you know the name Three Idiots, you understand the movie, and if you've seen the movie, you understand what I'm trying to say. There's this phrase there's this saying at the end of the movie that the guy, the main character in the movie, he said choose, and also there's the phrase that he said, right? I don't know, me and my best friend, we always like, my best friend says it's happiness. No, my best friend says it's success. I say it's happiness. Like, we don't always tend to agree on what the guy said, but at the end of the movie, he said, from my own understanding and from what I heard in the movie, he said, choose happiness. No, my friend said excellence, and I said happiness. So and I always argue like, what do you mean by excellence? Why would he say excellence? Like, excellence don't make that much sense. But what the guy said in the movie was, choose happiness, success will come running to you pants down. You understand? Like, we all, and it makes a lot more sense. Happiness makes more sense than excellence. Like, what exactly do you mean by excellence? Like, I don't think that the guy said excellence. He said happiness. So choose happiness. Like, choose happiness, success will come running to you pants down. Because, and that was exactly what happened in the movie at the ending of the movie, if you've seen the movie, right? But if you've not seen the movie, I urge you to go and watch the movie. That is a very good movie, and I still cannot say, there are movies that stick with you. You understand? There are movies that are done so well and so perfectly that they stick with you, that you cannot forget them because of how good and because of how interesting they are. And then there are some other movies that they're just like, they just do them, bro. Like, for example, now the new Fast and Furious movie, bro. I don't understand where these people are going to. Like, I don't understand where these people are going to with this. As in, they just keep raising the bar with every move, with every new movie that they drop. They keep raising the bar, and a lot of things don't make sense. People that died before, like for example, now the many people in the movie that died before, they just magically somehow get resurrected. And the movie that used to be about cars, like driving cars and stealing electronics, is now about some superhero, super powered people that are immortals, that don't die, that have to drive cars. And as in, the whole Fast and Furious movie, the whole Fast and Furious franchise does not make any sense. Again, it's becoming so what is the word to use now? It's becoming so fucking out of touch with reality. It's becoming so, as in, bombastic. Should I say bombastic? It's becoming so fucked up. Like, I don't know, they are trying to make a superhero movie, and they are gradually turning it from a normal, grounded, realistic kind of movie that is fun to watch, that is entertaining, to something that is just so outrageous and so unnecessarily exaggerated that I don't even know where they're going with it. So back to what I was saying. So I was talking about how there are movies that stick with you because of how interesting they are, and then you have things like Fast and Furious. So yeah, um choose happiness, success will come running to you pants down. And that makes a lot of sense, because if you focus, if you, because see, a lot of people do a lot of things not because they enjoy them, or not because they find those things interesting enough to want to do, but because every other person is doing them, and they see that many of the people, not even most, many of the people that are doing them seem to have some sort of success, or should I say revenue generated from the things that they're doing. And so they think that, oh, if they go into this thing that everybody else seems to be doing, that they too can have some sort of reverence and success and profit from it. And then a lot of people go into things that don't really necessarily understand or have any clue about, and they find out that they were never meant to go into it in the first place. So you see a lot of people, like for example now in Nigeria now, many girls and many girls are doing, selling wigs, they are doing nails, they are selling fucking creams online that don't do that don't do anything. Many girls are just doing, they're just doing, I don't know, I'm not going to say, I'm not going to say that they're wasting their time, but they're just doing, like, if everybody is selling cream, and if everybody is doing nail, and if everybody is selling wigs, who are the people that are buying it? You understand? If everybody is selling baby clothes online and duvets and all of that bullshit, like, who are the people that are buying it? Like, a lot of people do most of these, and another one again is skits. Now everybody now is a skit maker in Nigeria. So if everybody is a skit maker, and if everybody is doing what literally everybody else is doing, so, and then who then is the consumer? Who then is who then is the, because me now, I'm not going to buy, as in, it's a, to me personally, it's a waste of time, right? It's a waste of time, and it's a waste of potential, because there are so many other things that you can be doing. I know that there is not a lot of like opportunity in Nigeria, because first of all, we just should I say, we just inaugurated the devil as our president in Nigeria. You understand? Like the literal devil. We just inaugurated him. He's our president now. And even though they're still fighting it in the court, we just have to deal with the reality that the devil right now actually is our president. And he's fucking, like, so far, it's been 1 month now. It's been 1 month now that he's been in office, and Nigeria has gone from bad to worse. Everybody knows that already. The prices of most things have increased exponentially. Life has become a lot more difficult to live in Nigeria. As in, things, the tiny opportunities that we used to have when Buhari was still in power have just kind of faded off and dwindled and just somehow disappeared, and the economy is crashing. And I don't even know, I'm not the right person to, I don't really know much about politics, right? And so I'm not the right person to go into intricate details about it. First of all, because I don't really care that much about Nigerian politics, not in the sense that I don't care about what is going on and how it's affecting Nigerians, but I don't care in the sense that these people are evil, and evil, as in, I know, like, the only way that evil can prevail is for good men to stand aside and do nothing, right? But right now, the best way that me personally can the best thing I can do about it is to speak out, is to use this my platform, this my tiny insignificant insignificant platform, to say the most I can say about it. And so that's what I'm trying to do now. Like, I don't know how else, or how else, as in, Nigerians, we are so used to trauma, we are so used to suffering, we are so used to this greedy kind of mentality where we still struggle through it. Like, put a Nigerian anywhere else in this world, and that Nigerian is going to thrive, because where we come from is literal, actual concrete hell. You understand? Like, where we come from is just so difficult that if you put us somewhere else, we're just going to be like, oh, this is easy. We can do anything. We can do it here. So when you hear that, if Nigeria is not, if a Nigerian or if Nigerians are not in your country, then your country is dulling. That is it. Like there's no better truth than that, because we always want to go to where, as in where it's happening, where there is the potential for success. You understand? So um I understand that all of this is happening in Nigeria, but and there is very little opportunity for progress and for potential and for creativity in Nigeria. And so that very little opportunity gets filled up to its brim, and then it spills over. And then you see a lot of Nigerians doing the same thing. Everybody is doing skits these days. Everybody is doing nail. Everybody is doing selling wig. Everybody is like fucking the new one now that is really nice. The new one now that is really now is that everybody wants to break a Guinness World Record, and they don't want to break it in any other category except cooking. Like every Nigerian girl now thinks that they are a chef that they can break a Guinness World Record by cooking for some weird as long as time, bro. Like everybody now wants to be a Guinness World Record holder in Nigeria. There is a new one now that is coming up now. That there's a new chef now that is coming, a new one again. I don't even know. I don't even know about the other ones too. But I'm seeing a new one now on Twitter now that is happening now. That some new woman now wants to like. Can't you do another thing? Do you understand? Like this is what I'm trying to say. Can't you be like, okay, you want to be a Guinness World Record holder, right? You don't necessarily have to cook. Don't cook. I beg. Don't cook. All these people that see, it's not everybody that has to be a chef. Oh. Not everybody that has to be a chef. You don't have to be a cook. I beg, because many restaurants, even here in this Cyprus, all these African restaurants that are popping up. There's one in particular. I'm not going to call its name so that so that Kasala or no boss. See, don't be. I beg, bro. When there's one time I went to this restaurant. There's one time I went to this restaurant. Their food is good, though. Their food is good. Like very very nice food, right? I mean, yeah, the food is okay. And one time I went to the restaurant, I was like, okay, I'm very tired. I cannot cook today. Let me just go and order food. And if you order it from your house, it will take you like 1 hour before the food gets there. But if you go there and order and for like takeaway, it will take them like 20 minutes, right? So that was what I thought. And then I went there, and bro, the girls that were there, man, I mean, I couldn't reject the food because I had already ordered, right? And I just decided that okay, let me just take it. I said, let me just take it that today is the last day that I'm going to eat from this restaurant, because of how dirty those girls were, and how dirty the place is, and how dirty those girls were. And I just took the food, and what's worse is that after I had eaten the food that day, I had like running stomach, like I was purging, bro. But not everybody has to be a chef. I beg. If you want to be a Guinness record breaker or record holder, find something. There are many things in Nigeria that people can do for a long period of time, and when you achieve it, it's not only going to bring you happiness, unique happiness for that matter. It's also you're going to be a record holder, right? So things like maybe you can do backflip, 1,000 backflips. Maybe you can do like 1,000 push-ups. I don't know. Maybe you can do like okay. Now for these people now that everybody now is doing nail, or everybody's selling wig, or everybody's selling herbal tea, you can make nails of, let me say, 500 girls, the most amount of nails done by one person under maybe say 48 hours or something. You can make the nails of 500 people. You can plait 500 hairs. I don't know, man. There are so many things that you can do, but it doesn't necessarily have to be cooking. Don't be cooking for people, I beg, because I don't know what people are cooking. It does not make any sense. I beg, I dey beg una in Nigeria. Guinness. If you're working for Guinness Book of World Records now, and the phone rings now, and you say you're and they hear that you're calling from Nigeria, I'm sure that those people are tired. ah, oh Nigeria. I'm sure that those people are tired of. If you just, I'm sure they're tired of seeing plus 234. Make una take am easy now. Please, just take it easy for the sake of the people that are answering the phone in their office. I beg, just take it easy. Pico. So most people are doing things. Most people do a lot of things, not because they actually enjoy doing those things, but because they've been, should I say, peer pressured or pressured by society or conformed by society to get into to do those things, and then oftentimes they find out that they don't gain satisfaction or they don't get satisfaction from doing those things, and then they abandon it. That's why you see a lot of failed businesses. That's why you see a lot of bitter bitter people. That's why you see a lot of like angry people, basically. Like you see somebody starting a business today, or right, starting a business today or whatever, and the person becomes so, as in, that's why you see, first of all, that's why you see a lot of entitled people. That's what I wanted to say earlier. Because you see somebody starting a business today, right? And the person, first of all, didn't start the business because it is what the person actually wants to do, right? It is something that the person has been thinking of doing for a very long period of time. And as in, the person just started the business because they've seen they've seen it online. Basically, they've seen it on TikTok, they've seen it on Instagram, and you think that, oh, I can do this, it looks simple enough, it looks easy enough, I can go into it, I think I have the capital, I think I have the revenue to do it. And they don't really do that much research about it. They just go into it without any thoughts to it. And then 3 months, or should I say, let me just be generous, say 1 year into the business, they don't see any growth, they don't see any profit, they don't see any, like, there is no change, basically. Like, they're still where they are. In fact, they're hemorrhaging money or something like that. They become so entitled and they become so angry and bitter that, oh, they're not as in, the success is not forthcoming. You understand? Like, they're not getting in, there is no progress coming, there's no progress in sight. So that's what gets a lot that gets a lot of people riled up. And the reason there is because many people, like I said before, many people do things not because they actually want to do it. Now, if you want to be a successful person, right? If you want to be a success, let me say you want to start up a business that you think, as in, will bring you success. Don't do what everybody else is doing. You understand? Do what, as in, this is, I know there is a saying like, follow your heart. But it's not in all things, though. Like, not, you don't have to follow your heart in every aspect of life. There are a very few little aspects of life that, yes, it is allowed to follow your heart. And this is one of those things. Like, follow, do things that, as in, it doesn't, like, I know I don't know how I'm going to sound right now, but I'm going to sound kind of wrong or controversial. Don't do things because there is a potential for gaining more, for money. Like, I've said this thing before. Do things because you love doing it. And if you love doing something, like they say, if you how do they even say itself? If you love what you do, you will never work a day in your life. And that kind of, there's a certain amount of truth to it, right? Because if you love what you're doing, like, if you really like, for example, now I always talk about how I love watching woodworking on YouTube. Like, I love watching people that make fun, like, all these, like, intricate, artistic, beautiful, design of furnitures and woodworks and metal works and restoration videos and all of those stuff. And I just love seeing something starting as just a giant hunk of wood, and then it gets turned into, like, some artistic statue or something very beautiful to look at. Like, I love seeing where somebody just bring, like, a giant hunk of metal and then turn it into Damascus steel, or turn it into something very on as in what is the word I'm looking for now? Turn it into something that you didn't expect, something very unexpected, right? So I just love watching creativity in motion. That is basically what I'm trying to say. I love watching creativity in motion. And so um if you do like if you're that much into your creative process, like if you're that much into your artistic creative process, and you put your body, your mind, your soul, your blood, your sweat into it, like the the residue is success. Like you don't the residue is success basically. Like don't think of success as the end game. Don't think of success as the thing that you're going to don't think of success as what is going to like the potential outcome of it. The potential, what you should be looking for, what you should be focused on is the joy that it gives you, the happiness that you derive from it, the dopamine that it hits you with. Do you understand? Like, as in, imagine making an owl out of just out of a hunk of wood. Like, why wouldn't anybody as in me personally, if I had the money, I would buy it. Do you understand? Like, if everybody had the money, they would want to commission you to make something like that for them. You understand? Like, there's this guy I saw on YouTube where he made a table, and the table has this indentation of a crocodile coming out of it. Like, as in, the idea of the table is that, like, the table is like a water, and then there's a crocodile coming out of the table, but it's made of wood. And this is how artistic this person is. And now that kind of talent and that kind of creativity, the residue, like the next logical effect to it is success, because there is literally nobody in this world now that will see that kind of thing and not want it. Do you understand? Like, you have to be so good at what you do that I always tell my sister and also my girlfriend that you have to be so good at what you do that that as in, if you know how they always talk about the light on the hill, like your light will be so bright that they cannot hide it. Do you understand? Like, people would want to look for you. People would want to, like, seek your audience basically. So this is what people are missing. Basically, people are missing the potential for happiness, and people are mistaking cheap success for happiness. People are mistaking should I say people are mistaking basically cheap success, like I said earlier, for happiness. People don't actually know what it feels like to be truly happy and what it feels like to be truly successful. A lot of people think that having a lot of money, having amassing yourself with obnoxious and unnecessary amount of wealth equates to happiness and equates to success. Bro, there are people that have a lot of money that they cannot sleep. I know it is a very generic thing that we always say in Nigeria, that like, there are people that I know this is a very generic saying that we use in Nigeria, right? But in actuality, it's true, right? For example, now we all know this guy now. What is that his fucking name again? Hush Puppy, right? So Hush Puppy is in prison now. He's in prison, and I think I cannot remember the amount of years that they gave him, but the very fact that he has lost his freedom, and he has lost, as in, that ability to be a man right now, and he's in prison, and he's going to remain in one spot for a very long time, just shows you how misguided this idea of the pursuit of happiness is. So, who would you rather be? Would you rather be this person now that you're struggling every day to make ends meet, not necessarily making ends meet? Like, would you rather be the person that you're trying your best every day to better yourself, to be a better person, to hone in on your skills, to learn more things, to amass yourself with important information, or would you rather be Hush Puppy, who used to be this person that was larger than life? Everybody wanted to be Hush Puppy. Everybody was, like, bowing down to him. He was the king of Instagram. He was the king of Yahoo Boys. Like, this guy, I heard one time that he rented an apartment in Dubai for the equivalent of 7 million naira a month. It's like, that is the amount of this guy had, like, a Rolls Royce Cullinan with his name engraved in it. Sorry, not engraved. What the fuck? What the fuck does engrave mean? Like, he had his name engraved in the Rolls Royce Cullinan, bro. This guy, it seemed that he was like living life, but that kind of fast route to success, that kind of like fast food, cheapest, fast route to success, most of the time, 99.9% of the time, does not last long. And we have seen it happen to a lot of other people, not only Hush Puppy. Like we have seen it happen to a myriad of other people. Like not even only people that are scammers. Like for example, now this we all know about this guy. What is that his fucking name again? Sam Bankman-Fried, right? The CEO of FTX. That he was scamming people with scamming people with Bitcoin, and also Elizabeth Holmes, right? The girl, the lady that was like also scamming people with some kind of new technology that had this potential to do some kind of bobo tibu, right? But at the end of the day, these people were found out and they got arrested, and now they're spending their lives in jail. Like um as in there is no shortcut to success. Basically, that's in there is no truer, there is no better truth than that. Like that, there is no shortcut to success. I know that there are some people, that there are some outliers that, for example, now what is this his fucking name? The president of Nigeria, fucking Tinubu, right? There are some truly despicably evil people that exist in this world that we all know are evil, and they're still in positions of power. They're still like heads of states. They're still like running things in their own little obscure corners of the world, right? And but and it seems that there is no justice in this world, or there is no justice. The arm of justice has not yet like touched them or reached them. You understand? And so we're all suffering under, their regimes and under their dictatorships. So, but I like to think that one, as in there is every day for the thief and one day for the owner, right? And one day, as in there is vindication might take a while, but it eventually gets there. So, but now, another of my question is like, for example, now this Sam Bankman Fried, right? Sam, what is that his fucking name? Sam Bankman Fried, that got arrested because he was scamming people with FTX. And do you know another thing again? Another thing that I've noticed is that these people, they don't like being, as in they don't like being they don't like staying under the radar. It's like they are so narcissistic that they want to, as in they are so addicted to fame, and they're so addicted to this idea of power and fortune and notoriety and as in attention, that they don't care about how they are making their money. They don't care about the effects and the consequences that might follow if they are found out. They just want everybody to know them. They just want to be so outrageously, as in exaggeratedly fucking weird and famous. You understand? And it always ends up like it always ends up hurting them. People like this Sam Bankman Fried, people like Hush Puppy, people like all these pedophiles online that and serial killers that, as in they want to be known. Like they don't, as in they want their faces tied to the crimes that they've committed. You understand? They don't care about that. Now my question is, people all these billionaires now, all these billionaires are rightful geniuses in one aspect of life. For example, let's say someone like Elon Musk, let's say someone like Jeff Bezos, someone like Bill Gates. These are the ones that I know off the top of my head. We know Elon Musk is like the owner of Tesla and space. Well, he has this like space program. We know Jeff Bezos is the owner of Amazon. We know like fucking Bill Gates is the owner of Microsoft. Why is it that? My question now is that why is it that because these people think that they're billionaires and they're, like I said before, rightful geniuses in one aspect of life, why do they think that they can interfere in other aspects of life? Like why does Bill Gates think that because he is like this rich bastard, like okay, he can be able to dictate to us how the kind of meat that we eat, the kind of food that we ingest, the kind how does it concern him? That is my question basically. Like how does it concern him? Like why would, first of all, he's very unhealthy. Like there's this meme online on Twitter that people have been clowning him with, and I'm sure that he has most probably seen it, and if he hasn't, like I really hope that he sees it one day. That Robert Kennedy, like we all know Robert Kennedy now, like John F. Kennedy's son. He's trying to like run for president in America. He's this fit guy, and he's very intelligent, and he's very articulate, and he's very, he knows what he's saying. He's very logical. He's grounded. He's down to earth. He has sense. He has common sense basically, and he's fit. Like he lifts, he walks out, he exercises, right? He's active, and he's about the same age, or if not older than, what is his fucking name, Bill Gates. But why would people listen to Bill Gates over him? This person that is fit and he knows what he's talking about vaccines, about like um the mindfulness of Americans, the mental state of Americans. Basically he knows exactly what he's talking about, right? But because Bill Gates is this rich bastard that has amassed himself with so much wealth and so much farm, do you know that Bill Gates is the has the highest amount of land in America. Like he has so much land in America. He has bought so much land in America. Like he's the like what do they call it? Bill Gates is the richest farmer in America, basically. So why is he interfering with other aspects of life that he has little to no idea or little to no knowledge of, just because he thinks that he's influential enough to that he can be able to meddle with all those things, which doesn't make any sense. And I can also say the same thing with Elon Musk. Like yeah, at one point in time we were all happy that he was buying, that he bought what's it fucking called, Twitter, right? We're all happy that Elon Musk bought Twitter. But now it seems like the guy, I don't know, like, do you know enough about how these things work? Like, I know we're all clamoring towards this idea of free speech and freedom of speech and freedom to have the ability to say whatever you want to say and express yourself and all of that stuff, right? But now he's kind of like curtailing the use of Twitter every day. From like now, people that have the people that pay. First of all, I don't even know why people had to start paying for the blue check mark. Like I don't get it. Like it's something that used to be free, and something that used to that we all that you know that okay, if somebody has a blue check mark next to their name, you know that okay, this is the real person. So like let's say if Nicki Minaj had like the new, if you see the name Nicki Minaj and then the blue check mark next to her name, you know okay, this is the literal actual Nicki Minaj that I'm talking to. Like there was one time that I don't know if anybody knows of this band, Distant Cousins. There was one time that they followed me on Instagram. It's like I was so happy that one of my favorite bands, Distant Cousins, followed me on Instagram, and I couldn't have been mistaken about them because I know that there was a blue check mark next to their name, and I know that this is the real Distant Cousins that follows me. And um there was another time again that there's this other band. Oh, everybody knows I don't know if you know the Luminous. Like I people always ask me like who are your favorite bands. I like to say my favorite band is Of Monsters and Men, but in actuality, like when I'm in my secret place, like when I'm in the dark and I'm hiding and I'm under the bed and I'm like listening to like music, like, I know that my favorite band is the Luminous, right? But every other person knows that my favorite band is like Of Monsters and Men. But there's one time that they now like there's one time that they retweeted my, I don't know, I said something and then they retweeted it, and I was very happy because like look at my favorite band is retweeting my stuff. And it's like yeah, that's why they have that. That's why that blue check mark is important. But now every Tom, Dick, and Harry can like have a blue check mark right next to their name, and you don't know who is who. And okay, for example, now The Verge. I don't know if you guys read Verge. They are this online fucking journalist platform, and this whole thing of Elon Musk limiting Twitter usage. And you know there is a parody of Elon Musk on Twitter, and so something happened, and then The Verge like quoted Elon Musk parody as what the actual Elon Musk potentially. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. Like you're a journalist, something happened on Twitter, there is the real Elon Musk and then there's a fake Elon Musk, right? Um, you were writing something on your article and then you quoted the fake Elon Musk as saying what the real Elon Musk said, and you didn't fact check it correctly. So now these are the kind of mistakes that happen because since every Tom, Dick, and Harry now can have a blue check mark right next to their name, the whole thing now has just scattered. And now the new one now that's coming up is that he's now limiting the usage of Twitter to people that have the blue check marks to like probably 10,000. I don't know. I don't even know how. I don't know how it's working. 10,000 tweets a day, and then people that don't have the fucking check mark to like about 500 tweets a day. I don't know. I don't understand how I don't understand how that can be beneficial to anybody at all. But now there are people, there are experts now that are coming out to say that. I don't know. First of all, I don't know what to believe again. I don't know who are these experts. I don't know whether what the experts are saying are actually true, are actually real, are actually should actually be taken seriously. So now there are these experts now that are coming out and saying that what he's doing is actually beneficial to us. Me personally, with my own common sense and with what I can deduce for myself, it doesn't really make any sense to me. But at the end of the day, though, I'm really sorry about that. At the end of the day, who fucking uses Twitter that much? I don't know. Me now, I like Twitter, right? It makes sense. Obviously, there Twitter is like the town hall of planet Earth, where everybody can meet and say whatever they want to say and express themselves, however they want to express themselves, right? Twitter. The idea of Twitter is like this platform where, like I said before, is a town hall of planet Earth, where everybody will come and sit down and talk and shout and say and just make noise, right, and express themselves. So, but who stays in the town hall that long? Do you understand? Like, if people that have blue check marks have the ability to be able to go through 10,000 tweets a day, who goes through 10,000 tweets a day? Like me personally now, as somebody that does not have any blue check mark and somebody with less than fucking 20 followers on Twitter, it's like, and then I have been limited to 500 tweets a day, right? I even tried this morning. I tried this morning to see if I can get to that limit, but I tried and I kept scrolling and scrolling and reading and checking out things that are happening, but I was still unable to get to that 500, as in that 500 tweet mark, because I don't have that time. Do you understand? So now my question is, who is the person that has that time? Who is the person that has that time to be able to use their entire whether it's 500 or whether it's 10,000? Like, who is the person that, as in, I know there are people that are so addicted to their phones that is what they do. Like, there's this bro, there's this guy, not even, there are some Nigerians on Twitter that you see them literally everywhere. There's this guy on Twitter. His name is what is that? His fucking annoying name again? Daniel Rega or something like that. My nigga is literally everywhere. He's literally everywhere, and you now start to wonder, like, does this person? There was one time that I wasn't working, and so I was usually always on Facebook. It's like I was always online on WhatsApp and on Facebook because I was not working and I was just wasting my time. And so my friend was like, bro, you're always online. Don't you have a job? Bro, and then that thing got to me, man. That thing got to me. And I was like, fuck. What the fuck? And I started limiting my time on as in, I just stopped coming online for at least a while, bro. But now you see these people online, literally like, they are everywhere, bro. This guy that his name is Daniel Rega, he's quite literally in every sense of the word. And you know, there are people that use literally just for the sake of using the word literally, but I am being actually, as in, I'm being serious. My nigga is literally everywhere. There's this another new guy now that is coming up now. His name is Abuja Podcaster. His own, they are actually everywhere. And you now start to ask yourself, like, these people, don't they have a job? Like, don't they have things in real life that they have to, like, take care of? Don't they have responsibilities that they have to, like, take care of. You understand? Like, why are they always online? Like, why are they always online? And what what joy does it, as in, this is not usage, this is kind of addiction. And now it's beginning to make a lot more sense to me that it's beginning to make a lot more sense to me why this 10,000 tweet limit has been implemented, so that people, like Elon Musk said, that the reason, I know that this is just the basic, you know how sometimes something will happen and then CIA will come out and say that they were just carrying out an exercise, a military exercise, and they will lie to people, they will lie to the public. And I know that this is just another lie that Elon Musk is telling the public. We don't know what is going on behind the scenes. We don't know what is actually happening, but this is just the generic, digestible lie that the public can accept. And he's saying that the reason why he's doing it is so that people can go outside more and touch grass. Whatever, man, whatever, right? But it kind of makes sense. I mean, this is a very good excuse this is a very good excuse, because yeah, let people live, as in just leave the phone alone, my nigga. Just leave the phone. Stop, bro. Yeah, it makes more sense. It makes like a significant amount of sense that it will make people to like at least step away from their phones for at least an hour and go outside and experience nature and experience whatever the fuck is happening around them, because there is a lot happening around us right now. Like there is an actual lot happening around us right now. You know how I said in my previous episode, if you listened to the previous episode, that it seems that we're in this fast and furious type of reality where we don't have enough time to chill and relax and observe and take in and kind of like process what is going on in this world. Like, we're always bombarded constantly with new shit that is going on. Like, there is no time to rest. Last week it was the fucking submersible. It's not actually a submarine. It was the submersible that sank, right? 2 weeks ago, I cannot even remember what the fuck was happening 2 weeks ago. That was the talk of the town. Now this week now is France. France is literally on fire now. In fire. It seems that there is another French Revolution that is going on. It seems like there is another George Floyd situation now that is going on in France now. Some 17-year-old kid was shot in France by the police, and now the whole of France has like erupted, and there's rioting and there's looting, and France is not a place that is known for its gun culture. Like, I don't think that there's any that people are allowed to have guns in France, but somehow there are guns everywhere right now in France. There are people that are literally sniping people. There are people that are literally sniping people from rooftops. There are people that are with big fucking LMGs and fucking machine guns that are just fucking, as in, everything is just chaotic. And I've come to understand that, right? Like, as in, I think we're living in some sort of weird soap opera where there's literal drama every single week. There's literally something to keep you occupied. There's literally something to keep you distracted. There's literally something that is happening that you have to talk about. Like, you know how there's always this there's always, these talk shows that they have on normal traditional television, like late night shows. Like, for example, now we have Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. We have like the whole Trevor Noah, like, where people talk about what happened the previous week, right? And sometimes I used to wonder, like, how do they always have like new contents to talk about? Like, how do they always have new things to talk about, like, every single week? Like, they never go. Sometimes, like, for example, now Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, they've not done any, like, the new season ended like a while ago. Like, the next season has not yet come out, and I'm just wondering, like, what is going to happen when the next season comes out. Like, before, I used to ask myself, like, how do they always come up with new content? But I never really like add as in I never really connected the dots that there is literally something to talk about every single week. It's like right now I'm kind of connecting the dots. Right now I'm coming to that realization that there is always drama happening. Like last week, we were talking about the submersible that sank and the 4 billionaires that died, that died in it. Now this week, now we're talking about France. Who knows what is going to happen next week? Like there is never a shortage, and also as last week, as we were also talking about the submersible, we're also dealing with as in there we're also dealing with like the B-roll, or as in what's it called, fucking called Wagner was attempting to invade Moscow. It's like there's always something, bro. Like there's never a shortage of drama. There's never a shortage of like chaos. There's never a shortage of um as in fucking adrenaline filled as in chaos basically. Now I don't know what is happening. I don't know why, because there's a 17-year-old that got shot in France. That the next logical thing will be this unnecessary eruption of chaos and looting and rioting and just destruction of property, and I don't know, man. I don't know why that is the go-to. The as in, I don't even know. I don't even know enough of what happens in France. Like there's this video I saw. I think was it in France? Okay, I don't even know if it was in France or if it was in the UK. There was a video that was floating online earlier last month of some guy that was wielding a knife and he was like stabbing children in the park, and that video was taken down on Twitter. And I think it was some kind of immigrant, right? So now countries that are very liberal with their immigration process are kind of suffering it now. Like for example, now the UK. Me personally, I want to go to a place where there are more opportunities for me to progress and become successful and become happy, right? And also, but the problem with that is I am not the only one with that mind view. Is it mind view? Worldview. What the fuck? I'm not the only person with that worldview. There are so many other people. There are thousands of people also that also want to go for that are also disenfranchised, and they are living in third world countries and living in places where there is little to no opportunity, and they also want to migrate from those places and go to places where there is a potential for success, and there's a potential to be useful in life. There's a potential to be to progress and to be um to have purpose basically. So when all these people, thousands and thousands of them, leave their homeland and then they migrate to the very few places where the immigration process is very liberal, where they are just allowing any Tom, Dick, and Harry to come in and say, just come in, bro. We're not even going to give any background check. Just come in, bro. And then they are coming in. All the truth of the matter is that the sad part of it is that there will be bad actors, there will be bad eggs, also people that just want to cause chaos, people that just want to watch the world burn, people that are terrorists, people that have bad intentions, people with ulterior motives will also as in we also come into the we also come into the country, right? I was looking for a smarter way to say it. I was looking for like a an just a smarter way to say it, but I could not find any. So that's what is happening right now. Like I don't know why. So now there are so many immigrants now in France, and I don't know if that is if this riot now is the consequence of that. I don't know enough to give my 2 cents about it, but this is just me reacting to the observation that I have observed. You understand? So this is the current drama now that is happening this week, or that happened this week. I don't know what the next thing now is going. I don't know what the next drama is going to be with this new week that we're getting into right now. So that is where we are. That is where we currently are right now. This world is so fucking crazy that, as in, like I always say, the story is unbelievable. It's like if a if aliens are watching us right now, right? This is some this would feel like, as in, this is some HBO level shit, like a planetary HBO level shit that is going on this planet right now. We are not even, we don't, there are other places self that, we don't even know enough of what is going on right there, because those places are not even that, as in, popular enough to, as in, those places are not even that popular. Like, do you, I don't know if you know that right about the time when that submersible sank. Obviously it sank by itself, but when it lost connection, and when they started looking for it, right? um there was another fucking boat that sank filled with immigrants, and I think that one was, I don't even know where it was, because this is how little attention it was given. So there was another boat that sank, and like 500 people died. And because they were immigrants, and because they are not billionaires, and because they, as in, nobody, they don't have that much importance, nobody gave them nobody gave they got little to no attention. And the drama, there's more and more drama. Yeah, it just keeps getting just, as in, it never stops. Just, I don't know, now I have come to the realization, and I am conscious of this fact now, that there's always a weekly drama happening. Now I'm just looking forward to what the next drama is going to be this week that we're entering into right now. I don't know what is going to be. I had this dream that I had this dream that there was that Russia, um like, as in, I don't even know how to, I actually don't know how to, like, put it, as in, explain it. Like, is it dropped a nuclear bomb, or is it deployed a nuclear bomb, or is it, like, I don't know how to say it. But in the dream, there was a Russia just dropped the nuclear bomb. And in the dream, I saw, like, the mushroom cloud, right? In the dream, I saw the mushroom cloud, the fallout. And it was like, I actually thought that it was everywhere was cloudy. First of all, in the dream, everywhere was cloudy. And me and the people I was with, we thought that it was like about to rain. And so I was now looking at the, like, mushroom cloud, and I was seeing lightning inside. As in, like, there was lightning, like, just coming and going. I was like, this doesn't look like rain. And oh, like, where I was here in, like, fucking Cyprus, I could see the mushroom cloud, like, all the way over. As in the dream, I could see it, like, from where it happened, probably in Ukraine or something like that. And I was not like, and it was coming, and it seemed like it was coming closer and closer. And it just seemed like it was about to rain. And so, because everywhere was cloudy, and I was not like, no, this does not look like it's about to rain. This does not look um like rain is about to fall. So I was looking at it, and then I realized that, no, Russia has, like, nuked Ukraine or something. And bro, in the dream, I now became so afraid. Like, the reality of nuclear, as in, fallout, just hit me. Like, the I don't know if you've played Fallout 4. Anybody that has played any of the Fallout games will understand what I'm trying to say. Like, that nuclear bomb explosion, that reality hits you, hits me in the dream, and I was like, whoa, so this is actually happening. So now I don't know what is going to happen next week, and I just hope that it is not nuclear war that happens next week, because I don't have the strength to deal with that, bro. I don't have the strength to deal with that right now, man, because how I felt in that dream, if, as in, if that is how it's going to be, like, in real life, bro, I don't want to witness it. Because another thing again is that this new movie now by this new Christopher Nolan's movie that is coming out, Oppenheimer, is one of the movies that I really have to see, because I've been so obsessed with this idea of nuclear war, and the after effects, and World War II, and everything that hasn't. I'm so obsessed with that. Um and I just want to see how he's going. I just want to see his own um depiction of it. I just want to see his own interpretation of it. I just want to see and I know that he's going to do a fantastic job. I've seen all his movies, and all his movies are just imagine. There are very few directors that I've seen all their movies. Like, for example, now I've seen all of Christopher Nolan's movies. I've seen all of Lars von Trier. There's this director called Lars von Trier, and most people cannot stomach his movies. Like, I'm this person that I enjoy watching disgustingly sick things, and so Lars von Trier, what is what I'm trying to use now? He satisfies me on that front. I have seen all of Quentin Tarantino's movies, obviously. Who hasn't? And so I just love artistic people. I love people with artistic visions. And so yeah, that's I'm just looking forward to this new movie, Oppenheimer, and I just want to see how I just want to see Christopher Nolan's vision and how he's going to portray it. So that's basically that about that. I don't think there's anything else I can cover that requires covering for this week, except for the fact that I'm just looking forward to what is going to happen next week and the kind of drama that is going to unfold. But I just hope that it is nothing close to anything near nuclear warfare, man, because who has that strength? Who literally has that strength? Nobody, not me. Another thing again is that I don't want my podcast to be this kind of podcast where I do a recap of what happened the previous week. Like, for example, like all these like late night shows, like Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, all those kind of things. Like, I don't want my podcast to be like that, where I do a recap of the depressing things that happened the previous week. Or I don't want that to be like the theme of most of my content. I want my podcast to be this thing where I just smoke weed and talk shit and just express myself and just like say things that come to my mind, right? But it's looking more and more every time that's okay. It's beginning to look more and more every time that like I am just say like the content I talk about are things that happened the previous week, and I don't want that. So I'm going to try my best not to do that. But that's basically that about that, man. It's if you're noticing something, this is the 30th episode. It's like we're now in the 30, like I've done this 30 fucking times. That is wild, man. Bro, there isn't that much growth because obviously why I'm just like 30 is like, to me, yeah, it's something, but in the grand scheme of things, I've not started. Like, I've not started at all. I tried uploading the previous episodes to YouTube last week, and it took, like, I'm not exaggerating, like, I am actually not what I'm about to tell you now is not a lie in any way, shape, or form. It is the total truth. It took 3 days to upload. Like, I started uploading it on Sunday evening, and then it finished uploading on Wednesday. No, Shay, I didn't go to work on on Thursday. Sorry, not even, bro. It took more than 3 days. It's finished uploading on Wednesday nights. Yeah, Wednesday night, not Thursday morning. Wednesday night, and I don't understand why. It's like I have this new laptop with like so much power. I don't even know what to do with it. But now I have to like deal with the whole contention of the slow internet that I have. Like, the internet, like, Cyprus is getting so worse that everything in Cyprus is dwindling every day by day. Like, literally, prices of everything is going high, and the currency, the purchasing power is like just dying. And then internet is now becoming an issue where there's slow internet all the time. It's like, what is your problem, man? What is your problem? Relax, bro. So it took me fucking more than 3 days to upload an hour-long video to YouTube, and that was kind of, I don't know, it was just it was depressing. It was not encouraging. It's just weird. It's just kind of sad. And so I don't know how I'm going to do it now. Maybe the next thing I'm going to try is to be uploading maybe 15 minutes long clips. And I don't know how that's going to pan out. I don't know how that's going to work, because I wouldn't know where to clip from. I don't know how I'm going to like be clipping. You know how they usually make clips on YouTube now, or fucking on shorts, YouTube shorts, and on TikTok and stuff like that. So I don't know where, I don't know the places that I can clip, like profound or maybe funny stuff from. I don't know, man. I just don't know. I just prefer to like upload the entire thing, but then uploading it to now, like for something, if it's going to take that long, then what's the point? You understand? Like, it doesn't make that much sense to me. So yeah, let's see how that's going to pan out. But we're on the 30th episode, which is just so fucking cool, and I cannot wait to see where this takes. I cannot wait to see how far this goes, man, because this is just so fucking crazy. It's just so fucking cool, man. So yeah, happy new month, everybody. Let's see, we're now in the second half of the year, and like I said before, it's never too late for you to win. So thank you for chilling with me, thank you for giving me your listening ears, thank you for hanging out with me, thank you for like, I don't know, there are not a lot of people that listen to this, but please, if you do, share it with your friends, share it with people that you think might be interested in listening to stuff like this. And follow me on Twitter. I know now that Twitter has a problem where, like they're now curtailing the usage of Twitter, but still follow me on Twitter and send me an email if you want to like work with me at General Prime One. Follow me on Twitter also at General Prime. Just all the whole details, all the whole will be like be in the description and stuff like that. So yeah, that's that about that. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for like chilling with me. Thank you for giving me your listening ears. And I'll talk to you guys fucking later. Alright. Bye everybody.